All right, let's jump right in. Today we're going to look at a world where the lines are getting, well, a little blurry. We're talking about the line between humans and AI in government, between countries through new partnerships, and even between the past and the future of military tradition. So let's get into it.
So, let's kick things off with a question that sounds like it's straight out of a sci fi movie. Could a government minister be made of pure code? You might think that's decades away, but in one European country, the future is already here.
So here we are taking our first peek into what's coming next, where ideas that honestly seemed impossible are becoming our new reality.
Okay, so meet Diela. And no, she's not a person. She's Albania's virtual AI minister. She's literally made of code and is designed to handle things like citizen requests and evaluating public contracts. So, what's the big idea here? Well, it's about using impartial AI to hopefully stamp out corruption in public administration. It's a truly revolutionary experiment in how a country can be run.
So, while technology is blurring the lines between us and machines, we're also getting a pretty big reminder about a connection that's way more fundamental, the one between all of us and the natural world.
Next up, October 4th, it's World Animal Day. And this is way more than just an excuse to post cute pictures online. It's a movement for animal welfare that actually started almost 100 years ago. And this year's focus is so important, highlighting how the well-being of animals is tied directly to the health of our planet's ecosystems. And that, of course, comes right back around to affect every single one of us. All right, let's move on and talk about how different nations are connecting, not just through shared ideals, but through actual, concrete partnerships that are really pushing for growth.
Over in India, one state, Andhra Pradesh, is really starting to make a name for itself as a top new spot for tourists. And you're about to see why.
And look, this isn't just hype. The state's tourism department just snagged the Global Tourism Award because of its smart, innovative policies. It's a perfect example of how a strategic government plan can translate into real-world success on the ground, with local hotels even winning best-in-class awards. You gotta love a good plan that actually works.
Getting people to visit is one thing, but what about connecting entire economies? Well, that's where some seriously powerful new infrastructure comes into play. And here it is, a truly landmark project. The first ever rail connection between India and Bhutan. I mean, look at these two new lines. They aren't just tracks and trains. They're a huge step in making economic and strategic ties that much stronger, all designed to speed up trade and really solidify a key partnership in the region. Okay, for our final section, we're zeroing in on India's security. And what's fascinating here is how we're seeing cutting-edge modern defense right alongside a military legacy that goes back centuries. So there's been a big shakeup in the leadership of India's Central Armed Police Forces. You've got Pravir Ranjan taking the helm at CISF. They're the ones who secure all that critical infrastructure, like airports. And then you have Praveen Kumar now leading the ITBP, the force that guards the really challenging India-China border. I mean, these are two incredibly important jobs for national security. Speaking of modern security challenges, check this out. Exercise Drone Kavach. Basically, this was a massive joint exercise all about drones. And maybe, even more importantly, anti-drone tech. The real takeaway here, it's all about being ready for the next war, which isn't just going to be fought on the ground. It's multi-dimension. We're talking cyber, the skies, everything, all at once. So while getting ready for what's next is absolutely crucial, it's just as important to honor where you came from. And that brings us to a really amazing military anniversary. Let's talk about the President's Bodyguard. Their story is just incredible. Founded way, way back in 1773, this is the Indian Army's oldest, most senior regiment. Fast forward to 1950, they officially become the President's Personal Guard. And now, in 2025, they're celebrating 75 years of that very special duty, an anniversary that's being marked with a huge honor from the President herself. I mean, for centuries, this unit has just been the absolute gold standard of discipline and service. It's really a living, breathing connection between India's history and its present. So think about what we've just seen. We've got AI in government cabinets, we've got drones dominating the skies, and we've got traditions that have held on for centuries. It just makes you wonder, right? With everything changing so fast, what is our world actually going to look like in another 75 years? Something to think about. Thanks for joining us.